Glamour Fearless, it's Mr. Divabetic in the West Village with Poet Lorraine Brooks. Hi Lorraine.
Hi Max, how are you?
I'm great. We're getting ready to kick off the Mr. Divabetic comedy show today. Now, both of us aren't comedians, so Lorraine is helping empower people with some of her poetry that she shares on Diabetes Late Nite, and I'm just going to add some prizes and giveaways to the mix. But we also have Ragu and Nicky Sunshine, who are comedians. So the idea is laugh a little, learn a lot. Right, Lorraine?
Love it.
Now tell us a little bit about yourself and your health. How are you affected by diabetes?
Well, I wear an insulin pump, and it's been very helpful to me. It's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it, and it helps me keep in control. So right now I'm doing good, complication-free after 32 years.
32 years of living with diabetes, and what have some of the biggest challenges been for you with diabetes?
I think mostly just the day-to-day routine. It can get a little tiresome after a while, and some days you don't feel like doing it, and you kind of have those days when you just would rather not have to deal with it. But all in all, I have to say, I keep it in pretty well control, and I'm thankful that I have one of those diseases that I can control and work with. So.
Now, Lorraine, you have played such an important role on the podcast because you kind of helped me shape Diabetes Late Nite. You do original poems every month. People are always curious what your process is in doing these poems that you do for us. Tell everyone a little bit about the backstory on the poetry.
Well, Max, you and I always talk about whatever topic you have, and you give me some of your ideas and how you want the show to go and who the diva is that we're going to be honoring that particular month. And I take your ideas and I kind of plug them in, and then I plug in my own ideas and my own feelings. And usually, as I told you, I don't usually write the poem until the day before the show.
It's incredible that she doesn't write it to the day before.
So,
why is it so important, this idea of acceptance to you when it comes to diagnosis of diabetes?
Well, Max, I think at the end of the day, you have no choice but to accept whatever you have to deal with. And I think once you get to the point of acceptance, you really understand that whatever it is, and whoever you are, and however you have to deal with things, is okay.
What's been your favorite?
I think the show with Nina Simone is my favorite.
You're a fan of Nina Simone.
I'm a big fan of Nina Simone, and it got me to listen to her music again and to remember what I really liked about her. So I thank you for that, because I took out all my old, yes, I'm going to say the word, albums.
Woo!
And I listened to her, and so that was my favorite show. She was just a real cultural icon.
And I have to say, because you liked her, it kind of encouraged me to want to listen to her, and I really walked away from that show becoming a fan. And the idea of the music we're adding to the show is to kind of broaden the appeal of outreach, as well as give people inspiration in the least likely places. I remember when we did the Pointer Sisters, the very next day I was at a coffee shop and they were playing the Pointer Sisters, and it just reminded me of the show and reminded me that the diabetes community is all around me. We're all plugged in and you're never alone. So we're going to play my favorite game, Shady Sugar. Lorraine, are you ready?
I'm ready, Max.
All right, summer is all about hot weather and cold drinks, right? But you have to know how much added sugar is in some of your favorite beverages if you're going to glamour fearless. So I've got 3 of the most popular in my bag.
Okay.
You have to tell me which one you think has the most added sugar. Our first choice is a VitaCoco Lemonade. You see it all over the billboards in New York City. Dannon Yogurt just came out with a mango yogurt drink.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And of course, making all the headlines lately are these energy drinks. So we have a Red Bull. So out of these 3 choices, which one do you think has the most added sugar?
Oddly enough, I'm going to say the VitaCoco.
Are you kind of surprised that coconut water would even have, pure coconut water lemonade would have a lot of added sugar?
I'm thinking that the lemonade part of it is going to be the added sugar.
I know, this is one of the most shady things about sugar is it pops up in the weirdest places, right?
That's correct.
All right. This actually has the most. And shockingly enough, that has the least out of these 2.
I'm surprised. I really am.
Guess what? In about an hour, you and I are going to make our comedy debut at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club. What are your thoughts on today's performance?
I can't wait to see the antics that are going to be involved. A couple of my friends are coming. I think they're going to have a good time and be surprised. And I can't wait to meet Ragu.
I'm looking forward to it too, and I'm so grateful for you taking this challenge with me and really kind of expanding how we do outreach in the New York community. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Max.